Hi everybody, I'm Jess, this is lARP 101 and today we're going to be talking about how to commission custom lARP kit. So if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm Jess and I like to talk about LARP on the internet. LARP stands for Live Action Roleplay and is essentially a game of make-believe for people of all ages. In this series of videos, I provide you with a lot of hints, tips and tricks to help you get started in LARP. So if LARP sounds as fun to you as it is to me, hit that subscribe button. So one of the best things about LARP is being able to wear really amazing costumes. However, if you're like me and completely untalented, it can be really hard to get something unique. Thankfully, there is a plethora of people out there who are able to make absolutely gorgeous kit for a price. And some of these people are even willing to make kit to your specifications. So for instance, I recently ordered these custom boot covers. I have giant legs that no regular boot cover seems to be able to fit. So it was quite important that I try and find something a bit more tailored to myself. So if you're like me and like to commission some custom LARP kit, here are a few tips before you get started. The point of custom gear is to have something really unique, so it really helps if you're able to tell your crafter exactly what you want. So make sure you really think about it ahead of time. Create a Pinterest board, do some sketches. Even if you're a terrible artist, it will still give your crafter some idea of what you are looking for. If you trust your crafter, then feel free to give them some artistic license. But if you can guide them down the path that you want, not only will it be a lot easier for them, but you're more likely to be far more satisfied with the result at the end of the whole process. There is no point in asking for a custom set of armour with incredible tiny little detailing that takes your crafter months to produce, to only turn around to them afterwards and tell them that you only have 50 quid to spend on this. It's just not going to happen. You need to remember that all custom crafting is based on a simple triangle of quick, cheap and well. No matter what you're crafting, you're very likely to only be able to get 2 points out of this triangle. So you need to know beforehand which one you're willing to sacrifice. If you want something made quick and cheap, odds are it's probably not going to be made well. High quality stuff generally takes time. If you want something to be made well and quick, I can guarantee you it will not be cheap. Because at the end of the day, time is money, and if you want your crafter to dedicate more of their time so that you get your result faster, it is reasonable that they are going to ask you to invest more money into this. And if you want something that is made well and cheap, odds are it's not going to be made very quickly. I genuinely always believe that it's worth having things that are made well. They tend to last longer and tend to look better. So you need to either be willing to wait quite some time to get your commission done, at which point you are going to need to plan ahead to make sure that you get your custom item before the deadline that you actually need it for. Or you're going to have to pay a lot of money for it, at which point you're going to need to make sure that you've budgeted appropriately. I find a lot of crafters prefer to take the time, but don't be surprised if things are not as cheap as you expected. Because if you want it done faster, they will charge more. Their time is valuable and they will charge appropriately. If you have a crafter in mind for your work, brilliant. It's great that you found an aesthetic that works for you. If you know what you want, but you haven't got someone in particular in mind to make it for you, have a good look around. You are not obligated to go with the first person that you find. Consider all your options, look into different things, get quotes from different people. A quote is there to help you have a realistic idea of how your budget needs to be managed in this. Because at the end of the day, there is no harm in wanting value for your money. That being said, please take note of my next point. It is really important to keep in mind that when you're paying for something custom, you are not just paying for the materials it's made from. You're paying for the amount of time that it takes to construct, and you are paying for the skill of the crafter who is making it for you. Skill that would have taken time, energy, blood, sweat and tears to develop. No one is born knowing how to leathercraft, sew or create foam weaponry. The people who you are commissioning will likely have taken a lot of time to learn their craft. And because of that, they will have a strong opinion of exactly what their skills are worth. It's bad form as a customer to ask for a discount or to attempt to haggle the price down. If you don't want to pay what they're telling you that they think they should be paid, then you are better off going elsewhere. And if you can't find someone within your budget, then you have to accept that you have three options. You can either raise your budget and increase the amount you're willing to spend. You can either wait until you can afford the price that they are asking, or you can attempt to learn and make it yourself. It's not polite to the crafter for you to turn around and tell them that you don't think their skills are worth what they think it's worth. If you disagree with them, you don't have to pay it. Just go somewhere else. Okay, so we all want the moon on a stick. That doesn't mean you can actually have it. If what you're asking for is not possible, your crafter will tell you. So be prepared to make some changes, talk it through with your crafter, look at alternatives, weigh up your options. Your crafter will want to help you get as close to your idea as possible. They just may have a more realistic idea of what actually is possible. So make sure you take their advice on board. Custom kit is one of my favourite things about lARP, and is definitely something that I am willing to spend a lot of money on. And that's why in my next video I'm going to be talking about 5 things that I think you should be willing to splash your cash on for lARP. That video should be out in 2 weeks, so click subscribe now so you don't miss it. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed already. It's really quite exciting for me to see that number going up and up every week. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you on a battlefield soon.